Hey guys, welcome back to Couch Conversations with Shatara. I am super excited because on tonight's episode we have Miss Black Louisiana. Ow! Guys, listen, I hope you're ready for the tea because I am, and we're about to get it all because I know I want to know how she did it, and I know you want to know how she did it too. So let's go. So Yeisha,
Yes.
First, y'all, let me tell you, I just met Yeisha. Maybe what? About 6 months ago or so? Yeah, about 6 months. I went to a mixer and I saw her and I asked her to model my clothes for Pretty Saint, and guess what? She said yes. And now look at us on the couch together, okay?
Okay.
A closed mouth don't get fed.
You gotta network. You gotta be out here hustling, networking. You gotta be asking, and that's what happened.
So we're gonna jump into these questions. So, how was it being dark complexion growing up?
I don't want to say it was hard or different. I mean, cause for me it's normal. It's my life. I've been dark all my life. My family is dark skinned. A lot of my family members are darker complexion people. So I just dealt with it. Like, I always knew that I had beautiful black skin. My mom would tell me. My mom was dark. My mom is darker, and she was beautiful. So I think that's where, I just kind of, and my sister, like everybody around me. So just like I said, my whole family. But it wasn't hard. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, a burnt black biscuit. Because yes, kids call me a burnt black biscuit.
Really?
Yes.
A burnt black biscuit?
Yes.
No, and I'm sure they did because kids are so cruel, and being a darker complexion,
right?
Growing up, we always saw that as different, I guess.
Right.
So that's why I asked that, because for you now to be Miss Black Louisiana, that must mean something, you know. So kids call you a burnt black biscuit. What else they called you?
All kinds of stuff. I don't even remember, but I mean, it didn't even hurt my feelings. Like, never. I always dealt with it. I always was like, I'm a black burnt skin, and what are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cute, so it don't matter. But that was a conversation I was having with one of my friends recently, because I was just talking about how in New Orleans, like a whole family would be light skinned, like a whole family, like hundreds of people would be light skinned, and there would be no dark skinned people. Like, you can't get in this family. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I just think about that. Sometimes I think about like colorism here in Louisiana and stuff like that. But I don't know. It never was like a obstacle or a hurdle for me, honestly.
Okay, good. So that means you had confidence from a young kid, even though they called you a burnt black biscuit, because confidence is really important. And I just was listening to some people talk about having confidence, and I know for me, that was sometimes where being light skinned, it was just like that's all you gravitated to.
Right.
You didn't gravitate to the darker kids, but then it was like you left the darker kids out there, by themselves. So, I just, maybe you can help some little girls out that's your skin tone, to let them know that, it's okay to be darker. You can still be Miss Black Louisiana.
For sure, and that's why representing in the Miss Black USA organization or the Miss Black Louisiana organization, I do appreciate having that platform to showcase you could be dark skinned, you could be, you can wear box braids, because I wear box braids. You don't have to be, a black or light skin, straight hair, short, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be whoever you are and be beautiful. You are who you are, and that is beautiful.
So I heard you talk about your mom. Is that where your confidence came from? Did your mom teach you confidence, or what were some things that your mom told you?
Yeah, my mom definitely taught me confidence, and I want, just being a kid, and somebody telling you you're beautiful, or you just learning that growing up, and I always had like nice long hair, so my sisters love to do my hair and tell me, you gotta protect your hair, you gotta make sure don't break off, put the wrong things in it and stuff like that. And I guess so. That's probably where my confidence came from. I don't want to say my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Have you always wanted to be in pageants?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? How did we get to Miss Louisiana?
Right, so I had never been in pageants before, ever. And like here, that's what I be trying to explain to people. That's what I explain to people a lot here in New Orleans, because the pageant culture is, kind of not like non-existent. A lot of kids here don't have that opportunity, or not exposed to that side, that the pageants and pageantry and beauty pageants, scholarship pageants. A lot of kids aren't exposed to that here in New Orleans. But when I went to law school in Baton Rouge, and there's a lot of people from North Louisiana, all over really. And the pageant culture in North Louisiana is on a different level. Like they have beignet, Miss Crawfish Queen, Miss Natchez Queen, Miss all kind of pageants. Like any kind of pageant.
Anything. Just have a pageant.
Miss Reagan.
I was about to say Miss King Cake.
Right, Miss King Cake. Anything. So all my classmates was like, you should be in pageants. Like you are so photogenic, you're so beautiful. Like I would take, random little model pictures of random my graduation pictures. And I was like, wow. But one of my classmates, he was like, you gonna be the classmate. He told me like, you're gonna be our classmate who's in the pageant. He told me that.
Really?
Yes.
So he knew.
He knew that, and then I had to go tell him, like, when I won Miss Black USA, Miss Black Louisiana, I had to tell him, like, you literally seen that for me, and I didn't see that for myself. So, I had to listen to him, like, you telling me that, clearly you telling me for a reason.
Right.
So I actually did the application. So the Miss Black Louisiana pageant, it's held every year, but this specific year, my year, they didn't have a full pageant, they had a panel interview.
Gotcha.
So I haven't even done a full pageant. My first pageant is the national pageant.
Gotcha.
Yes,
so
like,
you're nervous.
I'm like, oh my God.
Nervous but confident.
Nervous but confident. I'm ready.
You're ready for it.
Yes, and the goal is to win. So
and so, because that was my next question, I'm gonna ask you, like, when did you start? So you started pageant doing this in college. So you didn't get a chance to go through that with your mom being crazy. You know how we see pageants on TV, and you have the parents, like the kids when they were young, they wear fake teeth. They have this big hair. Yes, all of this makeup. So I'm ready to ask you, like, was your mom crazy? Did you have fake teeth?
No, I didn't do that. And the crazy thing is, like, I wanted to. Like, I used to beg my mom to bring me to this thing. I don't know if you remember. It was something. It was a modeling company here in Louisiana. But I think Barbizon my. I would beg my mom to bring me. She brought me one time, and I don't remember what happened. But I wanted to do like not really pageants, but I kind of wanted to do like modeling. But it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. And I actually thought, I was like, you know what? Yesha has to be into modeling. Like so you've never modeled.
No.
You've never really done the pageant deal, like going through the whole process of, all of that. So what do you have to go through for the national pageantry?
So for nationals, well, I had to do my reign. I was awarded. I was, selected as Miss Black Louisiana. So I had to do a year reign. And that just entails, representing the organization, being a positive voice for girls, being a positive voice for the organization, advocating on behalf of, and then my platform is called Breaking the Cycle. So growing up, I really didn't have a lot growing up, a lot of like circumstances that my family went through. So I just kind of wanted to shed some light on some shelters. Some kids go through all kind of stuff, poverty, all that kind of stuff. But I want to break the cycle, or at least contribute to breaking the cycle. So that's my platform. I partner with the New Orleans Women and Children Shelter. I want to do a lot with a lot of shelters and stuff here. I want to do food drives and hygiene drives and stuff like that. So that's just what I'm working on, what I've been working on, because I've been on a break for a little while, and now I'm just trying to get back into everything. I want to do like one big benefit at the end of my reign, right before my national pageant, and then at the national pageant, it's actually going to be televised and recorded for a documentary, so they're going to follow us around with cameras and stuff. We have to do like an opening act, then we have to do talent, and I want to say fitness and evening gown. So I'm really excited about evening gown. Yeah.
Do you get paid to be in like pageants and anything like that? Like, is there a payment or anything?
No, it's just it's volunteer. I want to say I'm a volunteer in the organization. But I do get paid in like endorsements. We have a big endorsement with the Miss Black USA organization. They have a lot of endorsements, like the Tyler Perry Studios, Liliana Footwear and stuff like that. So we get shoes and a lot of stuff, and a lot of local people like Pretty Sane and you know, a lot of my friends have boutiques and stuff like that, so I kind of get to endorse them on the state level. Because sometimes I travel to Baton Rouge, or you know, because I am Miss Black Louisiana. So.
Yeah, gotcha. And so, being like you said, do they like take you and bring you different places to represent? Like Louisiana. So just like say they had somebody that was Miss Missouri.
Right.
You know, do you guys come together somewhere and
see,
you know?
See, like Texas kind of like my sister state. So Miss Black Texas, we try to do events and stuff like that. When I'm in Houston, we try to link. But it's not like you said, they take us from fly us to other places and stuff together. The main thing is getting together at the pageant in August and all being together, all 51 of us.
And all you guys will be together in August.
And it's really like a retreat weekend. We're gonna be in a hotel together, learn, you know, getting to know each other and stuff like that.
Okay. And so you want to win Miss the national level, and what happens in that portion? So if you win nationally, what does that mean?
So Miss Black USA, she's awarded a scholarship. And it could go towards grad school, or it could go towards whatever type of school you wanted to go towards, but you're awarded a scholarship. And also just like bigger endorsements. So the current Miss Black USA, she went to the NAACP Awards. She does a lot of like national things in a lot of magazines and stuff like that. So you know, she just building relationships and you know, it's really a bigger platform.
Right, and it's a really good experience.
Right, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like we should bring Miss Black USA.
In Louisiana. Miss Black, it should be Louisiana.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So you said something about you did this when you were in school. What were you in school for?
So I went to law school. I graduated in May. I took the DC bar in July, and I passed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went to law school.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Well, law school is 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, and then undergrad is 4 years. So it's like 8 years because I kind of set off for a semester.
So you did 8 years in school? Man! 8 whole years?
Right, that's how I'm feeling
Oh,
now.
God.
Thank God it's over.
And you passed the bar.
Right, so and I also took the Louisiana bar in February. I'm waiting on the results. I get them in like 3 weeks.
So why did you take the DC bar? What was important about taking the DC bar?
I was planning on moving to DC initially. Like I wanted to graduate and just move to DC.
Why?
Well, I had this like internships with the Congressional Black Caucus, and it's in DC. I wanted to work in DC and work in politics, and you know, just be at the national capital. I wanted to move.
Gotcha. And I've been mingling and stuff with the politicians and stuff, and I like it.
I love it too.
Yes, I like it. So I initially was going to school to be a lawyer. Well, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And then I said, okay, well, I'll go to school for criminal justice. It just, because I would watch SVU, you know, I'm like, okay, I want to be a detective. All of that. So that's what it was. And then it was like, I don't want to be a detective, you know. Then it went from that to public speaking and public relations. And I'm just like, but lawyer has always been, like, some people tell me still now, like, bro, you have it. But I'm not about to go to school for 8 years. I feel like that's my whole life. No, 8 years?
Got it.
That is crazy.
Then studying for the bar is just a whole nother life. Like,
how long it took you to study?
It took me about 2 months each time. So the first time I took the May, June. I took it at the end of July, so it's like a full 2 months. But it's just the only thing you can do is wake up and study, go to sleep. Wake up, study, eat, and go to sleep. So it just like takes away your whole life. It really knocked me off my feet. That's why I'm really trying to get back into like everything that I wanted to do, everything that I'm doing, because it's really a lot of brain power too. Like people don't understand the parts and.
No.
Next question.
We understand, okay? Right. That's why not too many people go to school for it, because we understand. Right, so. But it takes a strong black woman like yourself, okay? You know, you should be celebrated and congratulated, because that's a lot. That's a big step. It's a huge step, you know, in the right direction. And I'm excited about you being a lawyer. I'm excited about you being Miss Black, you know, USA. I'm excited about it all. What type of lawyer are you trying to be?
So I was actually offered a position, so I'm gonna start as a staff attorney in one of the courts in Orleans on Tuesday.
Oh.
So I'm going to be like a staff attorney. But I also want to do some civil work, some personal injury, some criminal defense, you know, any kind of work really.
So how did you get a position? So you can work because you graduated, but you know, you're not you
That's a good question, because my job really is contingent upon me passing the bar exam, but the people that hire me are faithful and confident that I pass. That God said, I'm gonna just give you your position before you get the results.
Come on! That is some faith, okay? That is not seeing, but knowing and walking in it and believing it. Come on, faith. Girl, let me tell you, giving it up by the faith, baby. Come on with the faith. Yeah. That's huge, Yesha, because guess what? You did pass. You know you passed. You passed DC. You know you passed Louisiana. What we taking next? Texas?
Texas.
Come on, we're going to get them. We're going to get them all.
The Louisiana bar is the hardest bar exam in the world.
Why?
Well, in the country. I don't know. Well, it's Louisiana has different laws, civil law. Everybody else has like common law. So it's kind of like the same thing, but Louisiana is just totally different. And it's the longest one. It's 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So you got to go take a 3-day test.
For 8 hours.
So you took a 3-day test for 8 hours.
8 to 5, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You needed to go get a brain massage after all of that. I'm telling you. See, once you pass that, once you get them results saying you passed, we need to throw Miss Louisiana, Miss Black Louisiana a party, okay? Man, that's a lot, Yesha. That's a lot. Do you plan on opening a private practice, your own practice, you know?
I do. So, you know, going to law school for me, like I went to college. I was the first person in my family to go to college, to graduate from college, then go to professional school. So I'm my family's first attorney. So just opening a law firm would just be for my family, like be for my legacy, my name, and that's just one of my immediate goals. Like I want to do that real quickly, like ASAP.
Right away.
I want to do it the right way, take my time, and you know, follow the steps. But that's the end goal.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And the fact that you said you want to do it for your family's name, you want to do it for your legacy, people aren't talking like that. And for you, how old are you, Aisha?
27.
27. To be 21 plus 6, you know, talking about, you know, your name and your legacy is huge, because that's not what we talk about. We'll go and we'll work for Walmart, or we'll go and we'll work for Toyota, and we'll do all these different things to build their last name and to build their legacy, but we wouldn't do anything to build our own. And you don't have to take the steps that Yesha took, which was going to college for 8 years, man, and taking a 3-day test, man, for 8 hours. You don't have to go that route. However, there's other routes you can go, like entrepreneurship, you know, and build your last name, build a legacy for your name, and build a legacy for yourself. And if people would understand that more, we really should talk about that more.
Right.
Because we are so gifted. We are so talented. Right. We are so eager. We have so much inside of us. Like, we have so much power as a human, you know, that we could do anything.
We could do anything.
And we could have the next Walmart. Like, it doesn't have to be named Walmart. Like, no, the next Diggs is coming out. Whether it's a one-stop shop, whether it's a supermarket, whether it's a car lot, whatever the case may be, that's what the goal should be.
And that's what I want to show my nieces and my nephews. Like I have I have about 6, because I have a different set. Well, my brother has kids. So I have a lot of young nieces and nephews, a lot of young people that look up to me, or will look up to me. I just want to show them, like, you know, we've been doing this for years. Like my family, we've been working for years, working at the hospital, working at the school, whatever. But it's time for us to work on something for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to show them that, right? And it's time to show them, like, we gonna start it with me. I'm gonna start on me with my nieces and my nephews. Y'all are gonna go to law school too, because that's what they do in other cultures. Like, they just start a whole lawyer family. So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a whole lawyer family.
You heard it here first. She's speaking it into existence. Remember, because she already have that faith. She already walk in that faith, and she already believe. You know, it's just amazing to hear what comes out of your mouth at 27 years old. Not saying that it's so young or whatever, but the fact that you already know, you know, you have it, and you already know what it is. You're not being selfish, thinking that, no, I'm the first lawyer, and that's where it's gonna stop. No, it's gonna continue, and you're gonna make sure of it. And especially with having your own private practice, you know what could happen. You know how many places, you know how many practices y'all can have in your family, and you already represent something you know, with kids, underprivileged kids, people who for them to look at it and see it, and you can
right.
go and grab some of them
right.
to show them that no, this is the way you can do it. This is what you need to do, whether they be lawyers or teachers or doctors or whatever, because you know that's what you stand for, that's what you represent. You will be able to have the means to be able to go get them and show them how to do it. Like that's just it's a thing in itself that you will be able to, you know,
right.
be able
and
to do.
And it's a sacrifice. Like to me, when you say, okay, you saying this at 27, so to me, when you telling me this about me, I'm 27 and I'm saying this. But in my head, like, this is going to be my first position. You know what I'm saying? So it was a sacrifice. Like, those 7 years, I couldn't make no money. I had to be a full-time student. So now it was like, okay, so do I want to be 22 and start my own business? Or do I want to sacrifice for my family and go to school for 8 years? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a sacrifice. Like, sometimes you have to go the extra length, you know, because it's going to have extra... It's going to be a payout.
There are going to be perks at the end of it. So sometimes we have to go the extra mile for what we're getting at the end. If we take the shortcut, we may not get what we could have got if we took the long route, you know. And that's another thing. You created your own lane. So you created your own lane and you took the time that it took to go down your lane to get the payoff that you're expecting and that you will receive because of the route that you took. That was all God. Would you say that you believe that was God's, you know, that's what he wanted for you?
For sure. Like even taking the bars, anything I do, I have people tell me like, why are you doing that? Like when I took the DC bar exam. Well, why are you taking the DC bar exam? You went to school in Louisiana. You're from Louisiana. You need to take it first. But when I took those bar exams, like literally taking them, answering the questions, I'm thinking like God wanted me to, like God made me take this bar in July. God made me take this bar. Like everything that I've gone through, it was, you know, just really God's plan and God's timing. And at this point in my life, like that's all I can trust is God's plan and God's timing because. About 3 weeks ago, I got in a car accident.
Okay.
And the car was totaled. And the first responders was like surprised that I was alive.
That you was alive.
So my whole perspective has changed. Like everything that I do, I know that it's really like a step. God. Like God really guided me.
It's a purpose. He put you in here. He's literally guiding your steps.
Thanks.
Guiding you in the direction that he wants you to go. So you're living the life that he wants you to live. That is amazing that you're still here. And you're the third person that sat on my couch.
Really?
And wasn't supposed to be here to sit on the couch to tell a story.
I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't even supposed to be here. And see, I had took the bar exam Friday, and my car accident was Tuesday. So my mental space was still all over the place. And I was just like, wow, like, that's it. It just happened. Life happens fast, but I really understand, you know, his purpose.
It's his purpose and plan. So you had to take it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was your last day.
Right.
You get in an accident that Tuesday.
Right.
After you completed.
After it's just like the enemy just be trying to attack, like, you know what I'm saying? But God was like, no, I got you. I'm covering you. We good.
Covered by the blood of Jesus. Ain't God good? So I read somewhere that you went to Japan or you had an opportunity to go to Japan. Tell us about it. What was that for?
So it was the Emerging Leaders Program. It was through the Congressional Black Caucus, as I mentioned earlier. I had an internship with them. They just picked, it was an application process. They picked 16 emerging leaders, so young black people in the community, to expose us to the Japanese culture. Because a lot of times, and that's another part of my platform, because what you're exposed to is like what makes up your perspective. Mm-hmm. So if you've never been outside of your environment, you're not really understanding what goes on outside of your environment. And I want to do a scholarship trip with some of the girls here in the shelter. So anyway, they took like 16 black young people, black emerging leaders. So doing stuff at school, you know, just roles and being an entrepreneur or whatever. In undergrad and professional school, they took us to Japan for 8 days. So we just got immersed in the culture. We just was able to view Tokyo, understand the farming process, because there's a lot of farmers in Tokyo. There's a lot of rice farms. You know, we just seen it all.
Wow, that's good. And so you had to, that happened because you were in undergrad, or you were in a professional, you was in law school. So that only happens for people that's in, because it wasn't just, was it just people in law school?
No, it wasn't just, it was you know, like, not anybody, but emerging leaders. So, you know, young black people at different schools doing different things.
Okay. And what were you doing at that time, though, in order to be picked? Because so if somebody wanted to be picked as an emerging leader, or they wanted to, if that was something they wanted to do, what would they have to be doing in college?
Right.
What would they have to be doing in order for them to even be able to submit the application, to even be looked at or considered?
You know, just I guess partaking in different organizations. At the time, I was the so in law school it's 1L, 2L, 3L. I was a 3L class representative. I did some other stuff. It's beyond me. I can't really remember. I did. I was like the president of this organization.
And it just all was making a difference in
And
the
it was all
community,
making a
and
difference.
they were able to
Right.
see what your efforts were
Right.
doing, and so that's how you were chosen. And I'm asking because I have a 15-year-old daughter, and in the event that she's in college and, you know, all these, I want to make sure that she's being able to take advantage of everything that's out there for
Right.
her.
Right.
You know,
And it's a lot of research. I think somebody had sent this to me like, hey, you should apply. But in law school, I was always, you know, looking up different programs that I could be a part of, or different, you know, anything like cohorts, or anytime they had like different leadership programs. Like I was just always looking for it, because like I say, that travel, like going to Tokyo, is really inspiring, and it's just really kind of like, I feel like it's needed. I also went to South Africa. I studied abroad, so I feel like it really just diversifies who you are as a person. If you can, you know, share your experiences, or even just have those experiences, it changes who you are as a person and how you see things. Really,
that's real good. So we are going to, in this segment, we have a segment called Truth or Tell, where we spill tea, more tea, and nothing but the tea. Okay? But this is the thing. I have questions, and I try to, like, you know, mix them up where it's not, you know, it's gonna be easy for you, girl. You got this.
Okay,
so, y'all ready for the tea? Okay.
Drum roll. Let's see.
What does your question say?
The question I can't Next.
You see, she dodging our questions on y'all.
Right. Okay, this is a good one for me. How do you feel about divorce?
How do you feel about
nice
divorce?
Nice and clean, because I don't know, because I'm not in a marriage. But no, how do I feel about divorce?
If you were married, if you were to get married, you know.
I'm pretty sure I would be not opposed to divorce, because this is how I feel. Like, if you married to somebody, then, like, you merge with that person. So, like, your spirit or how you feel, or just energies, y'all merge together. So if that person is in a bad space, or just going through things, and y'all can't, you know, reconcile, then, you know, I think divorce might be the best thing, because you don't want to be stuck with his or her bad weight, or bad energies, or bad vibes, or any, like, you know what I'm saying. If y'all can't get it together, then y'all should probably get a divorce. But I think that I would be opposed to divorcing. So I don't want to marry the wrong. Well, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if you're marrying the wrong person. So
you know, when you get married, you get married for better or for worse, for rich or for poor. You know, even with bad energy, even with good energy, because there's times when your energy is gonna be off, and you're gonna have bad energy, you know, and you don't want your spouse to divorce you because of, oh, your energy just not right today, or your energy wasn't right for a week, or you wasn't right, you know what I'm saying, or you wasn't right for that little while. You want to always, you know, just thinking about it, because you want to be married, right? As a married woman, I just feel like it's just not that easy. I'm just not gonna get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like, we will go through the fire. You know, we will be tested. We will, you know, because you're gonna go through all those different things. The enemy is gonna throw things at you. You're gonna do things. You know, you're marrying a person who was opposite from you. You know, you're not gonna be the same. So you're getting to know somebody in a whole nother level. You know, at a whole nother level, and sometimes you're not gonna like what you see. You're not gonna like what what they are, or how they are. You're not gonna like it. Sometimes you're gonna be in love. Sometimes you're gonna be out of love. You fall in and out of love. But at the end of the day, if you believe that that's who you're supposed to be with, and they make you better every day, and they help you to be a better person, and they love you unconditionally, not because of what you do or what you could do for them or how you are in bed or whatever the case may be, just the fact that they love you unconditionally in spite of all your flaws and everything, that is enough to say, you know what, even though we're going through this, I'll give it another try. Maybe you will get it together.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I love love and marriage and stuff like that.
Well, that's a good thing that you love and marriage, because I could see you being a wife. Let's go. Go for another one.
Okay, let's do it. I don't like how there's advertising for like $400 divorce and stuff like that. That's just.
I've never seen it.
Like, yeah.
Lawyers. Where is that?
Different
so lawyers do that.
Yeah, lawyers do divorces.
Oh, so they advertise $400 divorces. So what you're telling me is you're not gonna advertise a $400 divorce.
No way. That's cheesy. It says if you could change one thing in your life, what would it be? It would be my bank account.
Oh,
I need my bank account to change from 300 to 3 million tonight.
Put it in the atmosphere, okay? Bank account, change.
Right.
You know what? I need my bank account to change.
Bank account.
I need my bank account to change. No, and we doing it like that.
I need somebody to add some zeros. Go into that and add some zeros.
You need your zeros added.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
for playing Truth or Tell. I have another question that I want to ask you.
Okay.
Are you single? Is there somebody in your life? Like, you know, are you open? Are you on the market?
I'm not on the market.
Okay, guy, whoever you are, she publicly said she's off the market. And she's about to be a lawyer. She's about to be rolling, okay? So don't wait too long. Men, know what you want and go after what it is that you want, because this is rare, okay?
Get it right.
She's talking to you. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are, but she's talking to you. Get it right. And keep it right. That is amazing. So, yay. What can we expect from you?
So honestly, I want to be an actress.
What?
Yeah.
I can see you. Since you said when you mentioned something about Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
I was like, you know how the what is it? Love Thy Neighbor. What is it? Love the show. It's love. I used to watch it all the doggone time. The Love Show that he has on the Oprah Network.
I know what you're talking about. It's called
I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But I could see you playing, you know, a role. I could see you. I actually, honestly, I can see you in.
Thank you.
I can see you in a movie. I can see that happening, you know.
Yeah, all of my friends say like, you're so dramatic. Like, you do the most. Even like, you know, everybody be like, you have to do all that. You're very theatrical. So I'm like, really? I need an agent.
So we're gonna be a lawyer first, and then secondly, we're gonna act.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are we doing for the community? What are you doing? What are you doing for the communities? Let's say within the next 6 to 9 months. What do you see? What do you have in the works?
So in the works, I have a nonprofit organization. It's not all the way together as of now, but I do want to start a nonprofit organization. It's called Giving to Give. So in any kind of bridge that I could be for anybody. I don't want to. Obviously I have to like particularize it, but I really just kind of want to give to anybody in need. A lot of people are in need, so I kind of want to be that person or be that organization that could help homeless people, hungry people, young women, education. I want to get into all that. I also want to open like an event venue, like an event space, just something nice and clean for people to rent out for the events, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
That's what I want to do soon.
That's good. I have a nonprofit organization, and we are always looking for people to work with us. We're always looking for people to donate. We're always looking for, different things to do. I heard you mention that you do something in the women and children's shelter and different things like that. We have bags that we want to give out to them. We just hadn't had a chance to go and do it, but we're always looking to do different things like that. So if we could work together in that, I know that's something that you do for your year reign, different things like that. Maybe we can collaborate and link up and do some things, within the next few months with that. So I really, really, really appreciate you for stopping by. How can they reach you? If anybody want to ask you questions, if anybody want to check you out, you know, what's your social media handles, your email, or anything like that? Let the viewers know how they can reach you.
So you can reach me at on social media at Miss Black LA That's on Instagram and Twitter. It's Miss Black LA. I'm also on Facebook. You can just type in Miss Black Miss Black Louisiana USA 2019 Yesha Clark. I'm on Facebook. My email is missblacklausa@yahoo.com. So you could anybody who wants to reach me or ask me any questions, you can send an email or a DM on social media or anything like that. I'm always checking it. I'm always updating things. Even when I have events or give backs, I'll put it on my social media so you can follow me as well to keep up.
Thank you guys so much. You know how to reach Yesha, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Couch Conversations with Shatara.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Guys, until next time, have a good night.